Hi, my name is Erica Olson with M3 Planning. Today I'm going to provide you an overview of the strategic planning process. And instead of going through a long, boring list of definitions, we're going to do it with an illustration. So let's get started. We always start with our mission statement, and I have this illustrated as a box because a good mission statement helps clarify what's in and what's out, and most importantly, answers the question why we exist as an organization. Once you've answered that, you then jump to determining where you are now. And we figure out where we are now by looking at data, both externally and internally. What's going on in your industry, in your environment, with your competitors, with your customers? What is your staff saying about what's working and what's not working? What are your partners saying about what they like or what they don't like? And we collect all that information and we synthesize it into our handy little strategic thinking tool called a SWOT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Once we have that identified, we use that information as well as our collective thinking to determine where we want to be in the future. Now, you may already have a vision, and that vision may need to be updated based on the market information that you just collected, and maybe you're refreshing it. But what's important about the vision is it answers the question where are we going, and it's really clear to everybody in the organization. Because if it's not clear, you can't create a plan from where we are today to where we want to be in the future. So once you've clarified your vision, your job in your planning process is to draw the most direct line or the clearest path from where we are today to where we want to be. And we start by articulating our organization-wide strategies, or those things that are our guardrails to keep us on a straight path. Once we have those identified, we then articulate our long-term strategic objectives. Now, there are all kinds of different planning terms. I'm going to call these long-term strategic objectives to articulate those things that provide a high-level view of items between where we are today and that future state, broken down in a balanced way: financial, customer, operational excellence, and people. Less than 7 of these is always good. Once we have clear long-term strategic objectives, we then identify our short-term goals. I'm defining goals using our acronym SMART: specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound. It's fabulous to have articulated goals that go out multiple years. You can't always do that, but if you can in your planning process, that helps you have a longer-term horizon. So you have goals that are with milestones that are due in year 1, year 2, year 3. You may even go past that for this purpose. Let's just say 3 years. For your first year, or the year current that you're in, you're going to want to break that down into specific goals at the functional or department level, and then at the individual level. So you want to cascade goals, your corporate goals, to departments and then individual contributors. So once you have all of these pieces put together, you have more than likely a really good plan. But no plan is complete if you don't talk about how you're going to execute it. So let's talk about a couple key items. Everybody in your organizational structure needs to have a clear action plan. He or she needs to know their piece of the overall plan and what they're responsible for the year or for the quarter. You need to identify when you're going to come together to talk about your strategy and make adjustments and adaptations. Perhaps you'll have quarterly strategy reviews, and these might be the months that you might have them. Don't leave your offsite without identifying those dates. Recommend that. Pick a system to track your progress. So when you come into these meetings with your goals, everybody has the same documentation and language to talk about how you're doing against your plan. And with that, that's your complete strategic planning process.